So today we'll be doing compressions. We're gonna be comparing compressions. So today we're gonna be talking about scooter compressions. So scooter compression is the thing when you take your bar off and you see a shim and a bolt in it. That's in HIC and IHC, but SCS you have a big quad clamp, and you take your bar off out of the clamp. There is bolt in the half of a clamp, like there, which you tighten, and the bar goes into other half. So yeah, so there is three main compressions out there: IHC, HIC, and SCS. As you can see, double clamp and MV logo, I run IHC. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start and explain all about one compression and tell the pros and cons about it, and why should you run that compression. So why is it the most, like, the best for you?
And also the
So let's start with the most popular compression, which is SCS. So SCS is basically a quad clamp, as you can see on the photo, which is like the easiest compression. So you have big bolt in it, and there is 4 bolts, as I already said, and the top 2 bolts compresses the bars, and 2 bolts on the least 2 bolts compresses the fork. So it's the easiest compression to build. You need SCS clamp, which is clamp and compression at once. So you just put on your fork, you put headset and headset cap and spacers. You put it right there, and you just take your clamp on, put your clamp on the fork, and put the bolt into the SCS. So the bolt, you tighten the bolt in here, and you tighten it that it goes flush. It is flush. You don't tighten it very, very much, that you can spin your fork freely. Like, good spinning fork is half of a spin if you spin it like boom. So you spin it half of weight, in one like turn. So that's what I consider being perfect tight. So, and then you put the bar into the clamp, and then you tighten the clamp. The most common mistake about tightening the clamp is that most people just tighten one bolt to the end, and then another bolt to the end, and another. No, that's mistake. I know that this process that is right is a little bit boring. But if you don't do this, your clamp may, go out, because that basically is not good for a clamp, because then the clamp is that gap, you see right there, is in the V shape, so there is more skinny and goes up. So that's very wrong. Or it is in A letter, which is like that way. So that is both wrong. So that's both wrong. You just tighten one halfway, then on the SCS third halfway, and then second halfway, and then fourth halfway. On the SCS, that's the most boring part, because you tighten that 20 minutes, and that's very boring. So yeah, SCS is, that's kind of a compression. And when you if you have a new clamp, I recommend you putting these bolts out, and you degrease them with degreasers, so they will go in better and fluffer and nicer. It will tight better. So yeah, let me go on the pros and cons about SCS. SCS is one of the most expensive compressions, because the quad clamp is about $70, and the fork is about $80-70 too. So that's expensive, and one more con about it is that it's the heaviest, but and the pro is it is the strongest compression. So it's for you if you are a street rider, or if you break parts fast. So if you jump 25 stairs or anything like that, SCS is good for you. So there's one thing that I forgot to tell you. SCS comes around $150 for everything you need for SCS. Fork too. It will come around 150. So yeah, let me go on the HIC. So HIC is basically very similar to IHC. HIC is as I already said, it's very similar. HIC is for you when you don't want the lightest scooter on the market, but not the heaviest, IHC is when you take bar off, you have shim with like flash shim with no lines or anything. It's just flat shim as this bar, and you have bolt in it. And yes, on the HIC I don't need to explain many much things, but I will explain also the HIC. It needs shim, the HIC kit that you need to buy separately, fork and clamp. So that comes around $130 dollars. So it's affordable. So pros about it is it's the second strongest compression. It's not as strong as SCS, but the weak point is that it has slit in it, which makes very weak point. As opposed to SCS, SCS doesn't need slit, and HIC and IHC does. So the one more con is that you need to buy the HIC kit separately. So yeah, and a pro is that it's very easy to build, and yeah, it is very, basic compression. So let's move on to the least compression, IHC. This is what I write. So IHC is more for park riders. So IHC is the most affordable compression. So this is because if you buy the IHC fork, the IHC kit comes with it. So it's very affordable. Fork costs around $70 and you need to buy just a clamp, and that's it. You have it to around $100, and yeah, $100 around that is the price point of it. So it's very affordable, and it's for you if you are a park rider or a kid who doesn't break parts already. So if you don't jump 25 lion stairs, that's the one for you. And the pro is that it is the lightest, but it is the weakest. So because it has a slit and that shim which has lines in it, it will break on you, not that fast, but it will break.
Also because it is thinner than HIC.
So yeah, you need double clamp and oversized on the outside and under standard on the inside. So yeah, it is the most affordable compression, but it is the weakest. So that is it. I told you all about it, all compressions. If you are a park rider, I recommend you IHC or HIC. But if you are street so yeah, that's it. As I said, I recommend you SCS if you are a bigger rider and you ride the bigger jumps and everything, or if you are street, and if you are park, I recommend you HIC or IHC because they are lighter. So yeah, that's it for this compression list. And yeah, that's it. Click that subscribe button and share button, and see you in the next video, and don't forget to watch them. Bye.